Hey guys, tonight we wake up your voice in the most literal sense. Picture yourself trudging out of bed, bleary-eyed, maybe still clutching your phone, and the first thing you do is speak English aloud. I know you probably won't survive this initial awkwardness without at least a little cringe, but trust me, this morning ritual is a game changer. So, before you get comfortable, take a moment to like the video and subscribe, but only if you genuinely enjoy what I do here. Oh, and drop your location and local time in the comments. I love seeing where all of you are tuning in from. Now, dim the lights, maybe turn on a fan for that soft background hum, and let's ease into tonight's journey together. You see, speaking out loud when you first wake up is like stretching your language muscles before a long run. It wakes up the parts of your brain and mouth that help you sound confident, even if your English isn't perfect yet. You might start with a simple good morning to yourself or read a short paragraph from your favorite book. The idea is to break the silence and get comfortable with your own voice. Interestingly, this daily vocal warm-up isn't just some random advice. Even actors and singers swear by morning voice exercises to sound their best. Historians still argue whether this kind of daily speaking practice was common among great orators in ancient times. But one fact stands firm. Cicero, the famed Roman orator, reportedly practiced speeches repeatedly at dawn to perfect his delivery. If it worked for him speaking Latin in the Roman Senate, it can definitely work for your English today. You might find it hilarious or embarrassing talking to yourself at first, and that's totally normal. The key is to laugh off the awkwardness. Remember that crocodile dung sunscreen we joked about last time? Well, this is the voice version. Weird at first, but oddly effective. Plus, starting your day with spoken English sets a positive tone. Your mouth learns how to form English sounds again after a night's sleep, and your brain remembers the rhythm and intonation better. Try to keep it short. 1 to 2 minutes is perfect. Say something as simple as, "Today is a great day to speak English," or describe what you see from your window. Even narrating your morning routine aloud, like, "I'm brushing my teeth now," turns your day into a language adventure. This gentle practice builds a bridge between silent reading or thinking and active speaking, which is the real goal. So, tonight, just before you drift off, plan your morning voice ritual. Promise yourself you'll say one English sentence out loud right after waking. Over time, this small act compounds into bigger confidence. After all, speaking is a skill, and skills grow with gentle, consistent use. So you wake up, voice warmed, ready to talk, but then, bam, that nagging fear creeps in. The fear of messing up, sounding silly, or worse, being judged. It's like an invisible wall that freezes your tongue right before you say hello. You probably think you're alone in this, but spoiler alert, everyone's been there. Even native English speakers get stage fright before a big presentation. The difference is they learn to push through it, and you can too. Before you get comfortable, take a moment to like the video and subscribe, but only if you genuinely enjoy what I do here. Oh, and don't forget to share your location and local time. Now, dim the lights, maybe turn on a fan for that soft background hum, and let's keep moving. Let's break down what's really going on inside your head when you freeze up. It's a cocktail of fear, perfectionism, and that pesky inner critic shouting, "You're not good enough." This cocktail has a fancy name in psychology, the imposter syndrome. Historians still argue whether the term was first coined in the 1970s or late 80s, but the feeling's been around forever. Plenty of famous figures felt like frauds despite their success. The trick isn't to banish fear completely, that's impossible, but to welcome it like an annoying but well-meaning guest. When you speak English, your brain expects perfection, but real communication thrives on imperfection. You can trip over words, stumble, and still get your message across perfectly fine. Think small mindset shifts. For example, instead of aiming to speak perfect English, tell yourself, I'm practicing and every mistake helps me learn. This subtle mental reframe takes the pressure off. Imagine your English practice like a game where mistakes earn points for progress rather than penalties. And here's a quirky tidbit. Some researchers say that even parrots experience stage fright when learning to mimic sounds. Yes, those feathered chatters feel the jitters too. So, if a parrot can overcome it, you're definitely in good company. To tackle speaking fears, start small. Talk to your reflection. Record yourself reading a favorite poem, or text voice messages to friends who support you. As you build tiny, remember that awkward moment when you stood in line at the coffee shop, wanting to order in English but instead stuck with a silent nod? Well, everyday situations like these are secret gold mines for English practice, mini speaking gems scattered through your day. Before you get comfortable, take a moment to like the video and subscribe, but only if you genuinely enjoy what I do here. Don't forget to share your location and local time below. Now, dim the lights, maybe turn on a fan for that soft background hum, and let's glide forward together. Think of your daily routine as an English playground. The elevator ride, the grocery store checkout, or the quick "How are you?" to your neighbor. All these moments invite a quick sentence or two. It's less about flawless grammar and more about showing up and speaking. Historians still argue whether early language learners in colonial times used such casual moments intentionally, but anecdotal evidence suggests practical immersion has always been a secret weapon. Here's a fun fact. In Japan, there's a practice called English conversation salons, where people gather in cafes just to chat casually in English for 30 minutes. No scripts, no stress, just the freedom to speak. It's a social experiment turned language hack that's been around since the 90s. You don't need fancy lessons to practice. Next time you stand in line, try ordering your coffee with a smile and a simple, "Can I have a latte, please?" Add a thank you for bonus points. If you feel brave, throw in a "How's your day going?" Watch how it shifts the energy around you. People appreciate the effort. Even waiting for the elevator, try chatting with a colleague or neighbor. A "good morning" or "nice weather today, isn't it?" is a low-stakes way to flex your speaking muscles. These small exchanges train your brain to switch from silent to verbal mode on demand. And here's a quirky twist. In Iceland, people are encouraged to speak multiple languages casually in public spaces, mixing and matching words from different tongues. This multilingual environment helps reduce the fear of speaking wrong because everyone's experimenting. Imagine if we all took that relaxed attitude with English. So tonight, imagine your day as a string of mini speaking challenges. You don't have to ace every sentence. The goal is to show up, speak, and feel the rhythm of English in real life. These tiny moments add up faster than you think, turning everyday life into a confidence-building English marathon. Small talk. The awkward dance of chit-chat that somehow holds the key to unlocking confident English speaking. You probably dread it, filling silence with words that feel like filler. But before you get comfortable, take a moment to like the video and subscribe, but only if you genuinely enjoy what I do here. Drop your location and local time in the comments below so we can all connect. Now, dim the lights, maybe turn on a fan for that soft background hum, and let's continue. Small talk isn't just pointless babble, it's social glue. Imagine ancient times. Historians still argue whether early humans used simple chit-chat around the fire to build trust or just to kill boredom. Either way, it helped communities bond and survive. Today, small talk builds rapport and opens doors to deeper conversations, making it a secret weapon in your English toolkit. Here's a quirky fact. In Britain, there's an art form called banter, a witty, playful kind of small talk, often full of teasing. It's like verbal fencing, where the goal isn't to win, but to keep the conversation lively. You don't have to be a master banterer, but taking cues from this can make your English sound natural and fun. When you're stuck, try some easy phrases like, "Lovely weather today, isn't it?" Or, "Did you watch the game last night?" These openers are like conversation keys. Even a simple, "How's your day going?" invites a response and shows you care. Don't worry about perfect grammar. Focus on connection. And here's a bonus tip. Smile while you talk. Smiling actually changes your voice to sound more friendly and confident. It's like a secret hack that costs nothing but works wonders. Remember, small talk is a playground for your English. The more you practice, the easier it gets. So next time you're at the bus stop or in a queue, toss in a casual comment and watch how your confidence blooms. Listen first, speak second. That's the secret sauce many overlook in the quest for English confidence. You're eager to talk, I get it. But tonight, before you get comfortable, take a moment to like the video and subscribe, but only if you genuinely enjoy what I do here. And hey, don't forget to share your location and local time. Now, dim the lights. Maybe turn on a fan for that soft background hum, and let's keep rolling. When you listen actively, you soak in more than just words. You catch rhythm, intonation, and the little pauses that make speech sound natural. Historians still argue whether the oral traditions of ancient civilizations were more about storytelling or precise linguistic training. But one thing's clear, listening was key to mastering any language. Here's a quirky tidbit. Some studies suggest babies exposed to multiple languages from birth have enhanced listening skills, detecting subtle sound differences adults often miss. So, your brain, even as an adult, can tune in and retrain itself if you listen carefully. Try this. When you watch a show or listen to a podcast, don't just passively hear. Focus on how sentences flow, where the speaker pauses, and the stress on words. Mimic those patterns aloud. You might sound silly at first, but that's your brain rewiring to speak more like a native. And it's not just about perfect pronunciation. Listening closely helps you catch common expressions, slang, and cultural references that textbooks miss. It's like getting insider info on English's social secrets. Next time you're out, tune into nearby English conversations, cafes, parks, or buses. It's like a free language lab. The more you listen, the more your confidence will grow to join in. So tonight, instead of rushing to speak, take a moment to listen. Your English voice will thank you. Embracing mistakes. That's the golden ticket nobody talks about enough when learning English. You probably think flawless speech is the goal, but let me tell you, mistakes are your best friends on this journey. Before you get comfortable, take a moment to like the video and subscribe, but only if you genuinely enjoy what I do here. Don't forget to share your location and local time. Now, dim the lights, maybe turn on a fan for that soft background hum, and let's dive deeper. Think about Thomas Edison, who famously failed thousands of times before inventing the light bulb. Historians still argue whether he actually said, "I have not failed. I've just found 10,000 ways that won't work." But the message sticks. That's the mindset you want with English mistakes. Each error illuminates the path toward mastery. Here's a quirky tidbit. Did you know the ancient Greeks had a word parrhesia, meaning to speak candidly, even if it meant risking social awkwardness or error? They celebrated speaking boldly, imperfections included. So channel your inner Greek philosopher and speak freely. Mistakes help you learn faster. When you stumble over a word or phrase, your brain flags it. Next time, you'll remember how to get it right. It's feedback, not failure. Plus, making mistakes in a safe practice environment, like chatting with friends or speaking aloud alone, builds your error resilience. This resilience means you won't freeze up when you mess up in real conversations. Remember those parrots feeling stage fright? Well, they also learn from repeating mistakes until they nail a phrase. Humans are just more dramatic about it. So, next time you fumble, smile, and say, "Thanks for the lesson." The more you speak, the more mistakes you'll make, and the more fluent you'll become. Speak like you're telling a story, because honestly, you are. English doesn't have to sound robotic or rehearsed. It's the art of weaving words into images, feelings, and moments. Before you get comfortable, take a moment to like the video and subscribe, but only if you genuinely enjoy what I do here. Drop your location and local time below so we can feel connected. Now, dim the lights, maybe turn on a fan for that soft background hum, and let's keep flowing. Storytelling is as old as humanity itself. Historians still argue whether cave paintings or spoken tales came first, but one thing's for sure, stories have always been the ultimate communication tool. Cicero, the Roman orator you might remember from Section 1, mastered storytelling to sway crowds and win arguments. If he could do it in Latin, you can do it in English. Here's a quirky fact. Studies show that your brain lights up in multiple areas when listening to stories, making it easier to remember new words and phrases. So, when you speak like you're telling a story, you're not just entertaining listeners. You're training your brain to use English naturally. Start with small stories. What happened today? A funny incident. Or your favorite movie plot. Use simple language and paint pictures with words. Instead of "I went to the store," say "I wandered into the store, searching for the perfect snack." When suddenly, add expressions and pauses like you're sharing secrets with a friend. Don't worry about being perfect. Your voice will sound more lively and confident, and listeners will hang on every word. So tonight, try narrating your day as a story before bed or to yourself during a walk. This playful practice transforms English from a list of words into a living language that's yours to shape. Using your environment to expand vocabulary isn't just smart, it's downright fun. You don't need boring flashcards or tedious lists. Your daily surroundings are packed with words waiting to be discussed. Asking questions is your secret weapon to keeping conversations alive and sounding genuinely confident in English. You might feel nervous about jumping into a chat, but remember, curiosity is the best conversation starter. Before you get comfortable, take a moment to like the video and subscribe, but only if you genuinely enjoy what I do here. And don't forget to share your location and local time. It's always fascinating to see where everyone's tuning in from. Now, dim the lights. Maybe turn on a fan for that soft background hum, and let's keep the flow smooth. Historians still argue whether Socratic questioning influenced modern conversational English, but one fact remains. Asking questions invites dialogue, shows interest, and eases the pressure on you to talk nonstop. It's a win-win. Here's a quirky tidbit. In some cultures, rapid-fire questioning is seen as a playful bonding activity, like a verbal dance. So, don't be afraid to sprinkle your conversations with genuine how, why, and what questions. Start with simple openers. What do you think about? How was your weekend? Or why did you choose that movie? These invite others to share and keep the conversation rolling. Not only do questions keep chats going, but they also buy you thinking time to plan your next sentence. If you ever get stuck, just ask a question. It shifts the spotlight while keeping you engaged. So tonight, imagine yourself as the curious explorer, using questions to unlock stories and connections. This simple habit makes English speaking feel less like a test and more like a friendly exchange. Building your confidence with daily challenges doesn't have to feel like boot camp. It's more like a gentle jog that gets easier with every step. You might think you need to tackle big speeches or debates, but small, consistent challenges work best. Before you get comfortable, take a moment to like the video and subscribe, but only if you genuinely enjoy what I do here. And hey, drop your location and local time below. I love seeing the diversity of our community. Now, dim the lights, maybe turn on a fan for that soft background hum, and let's keep the momentum going. Even great speakers started with tiny wins. Historians still argue whether famous leaders like Churchill practiced speeches daily or relied on improvisation. But what's clear is that repetition builds confidence. Try setting simple challenges. Speak English for 5 minutes to yourself. Order food in English once a day. Or learn and use 3 new phrases each morning. These bite-sized goals add up, rewiring your brain for fluent speech without stress. Here's a quirky fact. Some language learners keep a victory journal where they note daily speaking wins, no matter how small. It's like collecting confidence points, making progress visible and motivating. If you miss a day, don't stress. Just start fresh. Consistency beats intensity, and celebrate every attempt. Your courage to try counts more than flawless delivery. Tonight, plan one easy speaking challenge for tomorrow. Maybe greet your family in English or describe your breakfast aloud. These small actions pave the way for bigger conversations and steady confidence growth. Remember, slow and steady wins the English race. Learning from English media without getting overwhelmed is a balancing act that can turn binge watching into brain-boosting practice. You might love shows and podcasts, but they can also leave you feeling like you're drowning in words. Before you get comfortable, take a moment to like the video and subscribe, but only if you genuinely enjoy what I do here. Drop your location and local time below so we can stay connected. Now, dim the lights, Maybe turn on a fan for that soft background hum, and let's ease into this together. Historians still argue whether radio broadcasts in the early 20th century accelerated English learning worldwide. But there's no doubt that immersive listening helps. The key is to be selective and strategic. Start with media that matches your level. If a show feels like rocket science, switch to simpler podcasts or children's shows. Use subtitles wisely. Turn them on in English to link sounds and spelling, but avoid relying on them too much. Here's a quirky tidbit. Some language learners swear by watching the same episode multiple times, first for fun, then to catch new words, and finally to mimic phrases aloud. Repetition builds familiarity and confidence. Try active watching. Pause and repeat lines. Imitate the tone and expressions, or write down new phrases. This turns passive entertainment into active learning. Remember, you don't need to understand every word. Historians still argue about the best vocabulary threshold for comprehension, but focusing on key ideas and emotions is enough to keep you engaged. Tonight, pick a short video or podcast episode you enjoy. Listen once for meaning, then again to practice speaking. This mindful approach keeps learning yeah.